Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Makar Kadash, and the Heavenly Father. The true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Ba'Shem, and the names of Hamashiach Kabashai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashma Kadash Lutan. And I say Barakathon, the city of elders and apostles, Wa'akim Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a outside lesson that I want to bring out of Jeremiah 28 verse 8. Wait for the phone load up. It's the book of Jeremiah. Yeah, it's the book of Jeremiah chapter 28. Yeah, it's the book of Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8. It says, the prophets that have it before thee and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and a pestilence. And that's what we see in our world today, these increasing modern day war, evil, and a pestilence. And that's what we're sounding alarm about when we come out to teach or do sit-down lessons. We prophesy against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and a pestilence, just like the prophets of old did, Jeremiah and the prophets of old, the prophets that had before thee and before thee of old, and Jeremiah, he was on the scene, and the prophets of old as well too during those times. They was prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. Now in these modern day times, we're prophesying against modern day great countries and great kingdoms, especially we're prophesying against this modern day kingdom, which is modern day Babylon the Great. Spiritually modern day Babylon the Great, and we're prophesying against this modern day kingdom as well too. So we're prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and a pestilence. And that's what we're seeing, especially with these modern day wars. And we're seeing what's taking place over there in the South China Sea. Those tensions are heating up. You had China eventually did their military exercise drills, and you did Taiwan. They recently did their military exercise drills like a week and a half ago. So both sides are getting prepared for war against one another, especially with China invading the Taiwan Strait as he getting closer and closer to invading Taiwan. So we're seeing tensions are heating up down there in the South China Sea. And we're seeing what's taking place over there in the disputed territory waters of China versus the Philippines. That's been heating up. We've been seeing what's that over there in the Korean Peninsula. We've been seeing North Korea versus South Korea, Japan, the United States. That's heating up as well too. And we're seeing what's taking place as of lately for the past 2.5 days. These tensions are only going to escalate. And I believe you had some type of, I don't know if he was a prime minister or like a governor over there in Thailand, I believe, because he's a representative of the governor or mayor or something like that. Last time I checked, I forgot who it was, because I checked the news article. It was saying that while those tensions are escalating between Taiwan and Cambodia, they potentially might enter a all-out. It potentially might be an all-out war over there in the area, that border dispute between Thailand and Cambodia. Even though they've been having escalations in previous times, throughout generations in past times. Now we start to see those escalations start to reignite once again. So that's why we're seeing the tension between Thailand and Cambodia that's heating up, and the Russia-Ukraine situation that's intensifying. So Iranian groups going against the Israel Defense Force, that's heating up. So these are modern day signs that we see in modern day wars are heating up. So modern day wars, that's heating up, as I mentioned that category. We're seeing the wars are increasing, the evils are increasing. We're seeing lawlessness and iniquity and heavy judgments are abounding on a day-to-day basis. What's that Matthew 24th chapter? Yahweh Shai mentioned says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So we're going to be seeing lawlessness, iniquity, and evils is only going to continue to increase. So I mentioned the wars category, I mentioned the evils category, and the pestilence as well too. War, evil, and the pestilence. Now the third category, I want to mention these pestilence as of I believe this person that I'm subscribed to, and other brothers that are subscribed to him as well too, is Jason A. He be bringing out some edifying videos, and yesterday he had brought out a video about like a major alert, a national emergency alert in America, because we've been seeing the rising and increasing of these measles outbreaks. I would say over there in Indiana, because like a couple of months ago it was reported over there in Indiana, those cases of measles cases been increasing. Different parts of the United States, over there in Canada. So we start to see more signs, increases of that, So that was the spirit. That was the spirit. That was the spirit. Since I mentioned that, older Judite sister just walked past. I think she was like some type of medical assistant or something like that. That's true. And that was the spirit. Since I talk about that, hey, that's the spirit right there. The Wadi Habashmashah. What's that? Mark the 16th chapter. The Heavenly Father show signs everywhere he go. You know, as soon as we bring up a subject, hey, the Heavenly Father he show a sign right there. That's Mark the 16th chapter. Hey, the Wadi Habashmashah. But yeah, back to what I was saying, boy, we seeing these measles cases are increasing. That's only going to continue to increase, and that's what we're seeing these measles outbreaks. And this has been the largest increase in these measles outbreak for the past, I would say, like 33 years. Because at first, in the year 2000, that these measles cases been eradicated because they had used some type of something to eradicate it. You know, now I would say like 2 years later. I mean, what was that like? As of now, it's starting to see the resurgence of these measles cases. You know, over there in Canada, they've been increasing throughout the summer so far. Over here in the United States, from March all the way into, I would say from March all the way into, because I believe it's over there in Alberta, Canada. Those measles cases have been increasing over there in that area. And then the cases have been increasing over there in Alberta, Canada, from March and all the way to now. Same thing over here in the United States. Now we know we're not ignorant of Satan devices. We understand that as well too, because Esau Edom, he created the narrative of this order out of KO as well too. Just like how he did that demic back in 2019, 2020. So we're gonna see that. We're gonna see that once again. That's why you had the members. I believe you had the members from the WHO. And then he's like a top leader of I forgot his name. He's a Cushite, so-called Ethiopian Cushite. He had other nations band together from the WHO to sign some type of executive order or something like that. I forgot what it was, just in case if another demic, just like happened in 2019, 2020, they'd be prepared this time to be prepared, for a potential lockdown if it occurred once again. It seemed like we're about to enter those other times once again, just like it happened in 2019, 2020. It might potentially happen once again. Now we understand we're not ignorant of Satan devices. Esau Edom's narrative, the order out of KO. Because the son of perdition is being revealed. We know that as well too, because he's going to come down with great wrath. Because he had a short time to rule. That's in the book of Revelation 12, verse 12. I just mentioned that as a side note. But we definitely seeing these war, evil, and a pestilence as these measles outbreak been increasing. The largest cases been increasing for the first time in the last 33 years. So that's only going to continue to increase. These measles outbreaks, this chloria outbreak, this lister outbreak. Because I believe over there in Sudan and different parts over there in Africa, these chloria outbreaks been increasing once again. Just like this measles outbreak. It's an old plague, a pestilence that at first was going away with. It was eradicated. Now it's coming back, making the resurgence once again. Just like over there in Sudan, because at first, I believe it was like a couple of months ago over there in Africa, they said that they have, it was officially that they had got rid of the chloria outbreak. Now it starts to resurge once again. So that's what we're going to be seeing more and more increasing throughout the whole planet Earth. We're going to be seeing these war, evil, and a pestilence. So these evils and a pestilence. These evils and the pestilence only will continue to increase, and that's what we're seeing. So this is what we're prophesying about. We're prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence, just like the prophets of old did. So, like it says in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9, there's no new thing under the sun. Yeah, but bring that out again, kind of slip of the tongue of words. Throat kind of dry, so I can for that. Oh yeah, that's the spirit too. Since I mentioned that. They had some type of I forgot the name of it, because they did mention in that video by Jason A. I gave credit to Jason A. I was looking at that video yesterday. You had some type of new plague, a new variant as well too, that like people like they cough, they like they cough, like for example. They had something like, they said they feel like something in their throat, like some needles in their throat or something like that. That's a new variant as well too. So these are examples that we're going to be seeing these famines and pestilent plagues. We're going to be seeing these increasing pestilence of plagues is going to continue to increase. As I mentioned once again, this measles outbreak, this chloria outbreak, this bird flu outbreak and different type of various and pestle plagues that we're going to be seeing increasing. You're going to hear some very new different type of various and pestle plagues that we're going to never heard before. You know, Esau, Edom come with these different type of various of names of these different type of pestle plagues that we never heard of before. You know, Esau, Edom, you know, because scriptures do say, be not eating of Satan's devices. But because even at the end of the day, everything is in control of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, you know, because He controls everything. But this is a prime example that we're going to be seeing more and more in our world today. We're going to be seeing these war, evil, and pestilence. This world we're out here prophesying about. Do sit-down lessons about come out to teach on the highways and edges. Or outside lessons, sit-down lessons, or come out on the highways and edges and teach about these war, evil, and pestilence. And that's what we're seeing in our world today. Yep, Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. It says, the prophets that have it before thee and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. Right, so that's what we are here doing in the spirit of our forefathers. Just like they was prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. And that's what we are out here doing for sit-down lessons. Prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. This outside lesson of Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8. That was the title of the outside lesson. So hopefully this was edifying of Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8. That was the title of the outside lesson. So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem HaKarkadash, and the Heavenly Father. The true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach Abishai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashma Kadash Holy Tongue. And I say Barak comes to the elders and apostles of Akim Akraf. Until next time, I would say Shalom.